Hello, friends. Welcome to a new episode of Chess Lessons. Today I am going to discuss about aging lung. As you all know, the overall life expectancy rate in India is 69.7 years and it is 68.4 years for males and 71.2 years for females respectively, as per an estimate in 2020. The absolute number of over 60 populations was 78 million in 2001 and is projected to be 137 million in 2021. These demographic changes influence the health, economic activity and social condition of the people. As age advances, every organ in the body undergoes structural and functional decline. These changes are natural and compatible with comfortable living, as physical and intellectual activities are less in such advanced stage. Biological aging and chronological aging do not proceed in a parallel fashion once we reach our second or third decade of life. What are the changes in respiratory system? Age-related changes in the respiratory system are natural, and these changes are usually gradual and subtle. Our lungs mature by the time we are about 20 to 24 years old. After about the age of 35, it is normal for the lung function to decline gradually as age advances. You can see that the forced vital capacity can decrease by about 200 ml per decade, even for healthy non-smoking person. And forced expiratory volume in 1 second declines by 1 to 2% per year after about the age of 35 years. What are the structural and functional changes with aging? Chest wall is vital for optimal lung function. Changes to the spine, muscles and ribs with aging impact normal lung function. As people normally age, narrowing of the intervertebral disc spaces causes increased kyphosis of the spine. This curvature decreases the space between the ribs and creates a smaller chest cavity. After the age of 40 years, the kyphosis angle begins to increase, and this increases more rapidly in women than men. It is in that from a mean of 43 degree in women aged 55 to 60 years, it get increased to a mean of 52 degree in women of 76 to 80 years of age. It is reported that with increasing vertebral angle, there was a significant decline in the forced expiratory volume in 1 second and vital capacity. The angle of the muscle fibers in relation to the ribs may also affect the efficiency and decrease the movement of the lower ribs during inspiration. Another important factor is that the respiratory muscle strength get reduced as the age advances. Overall muscle function in the body decreases by 2% annually as we age. Respiratory muscle function decline can lead to an inability to ventilate in the face of increasing demands, such as that is seen in respiratory diseases. There is also evidence that at the cellular level, the muscles of elderly individuals have less mitochondrial adenosine triphosphate reserves to sustain a sudden increase in metabolic demand. There is age-related atrophy of muscles termed sarcopenia. Here the muscle fibers are atrophied, which may also explain the reduced respiratory strength in the elderly patients. The decrease in muscle fiber strength can be as high as 20% by the age of 70 years. With aging, there is a decreased ability to clear mucus from the lungs. Two mechanisms primarily contribute to this decline. One is reduced cough strength. Second is alteration in the body's ability to clear particles in the airways. Any decrease in the strength of the respiratory muscles will greatly impact an individual's ability to generate the force required for an effective cough. The elasticity of the lung, which is an important factor for inflation and deflation, is also reduced. Once this is reduced, the natural capacity to inhale and exhale effectively is affected. Along with that, the alveoli are also enlarged, leading to retention of more air in the lungs. This is similar to emphysema and is otherwise called senile emphysema. These changes are much more in smokers when compared to non-smokers. What are the physiological changes with aging? The alveolar capillary surface area increases and elasticity decreases, resulting in an increase in resting functional residual capacity and an increase in end expiratory lung volume. In healthy older adults, these functional changes may only be felt during extreme exertion. Age-related changes in capacity must be accounted for when diagnosing lung disease at the advanced stage. Forced vital capacity and forced expiratory volume in 1 second, or the ratio of FEV1 to FVC, change in a linear manner with age. The reference values inferred from younger population are inaccurate when applied to older adults. This can lead to a misdiagnosis of respiratory insufficiency. There are certain immunological changes with aging which may affect the lung function. Tissue repair and remodeling are orchestrated by epithelial cells, immune cells, fibroblasts, and progenitor cells, all of which undergo age-related changes that affect function. It is found out that there is basal activation of the innate immune system in aged individuals in the absence of an immunologic threat. This phenomenon, referred to as inflamed aging, is marked by the elevated levels of tissue and circulating pro-inflammatory cytokines in aged subjects. Related to inflammatory aging is the blunted immune response of elderly individuals. This is known as immunosenescence following a pathogenic threat or tissue injury. Multiple studies have established reduced levels of mediators such as TNF alpha, interleukin 6, interferon gamma, nitric oxide, monocyte chemoattractant protein 1, and macrophage inflammatory protein 1 alpha after antigenic stimulation in aged animals. The interplay between inflammatory aging and immunosenescence leads to disruption in the balance of pro and anti-inflammatory mediators in favor of a pro-inflammatory environment with advanced stage. It subsequently retards an appropriate innate and adaptive immune response. This imbalance of immune mediators, delayed immune activation, and protracted course of inflammation result in increased morbidity and mortality. What are the relations of these changes to pathological conditions? Many respiratory diseases develop exclusively in the elderly individuals. Many diseases have poor outcome in the elderly when compared to their younger counterparts. Pneumonia severity is assessed by Curve 65 score. In this, 65 stands for the age of the individual. According to this score, individuals aged 65 or more are at risk of developing severe pneumonia. If they develop pneumonia resolution is delayed and there is increased mortality in this group of individuals. Another disease is COPD, which usually starts after the age of 50 years. It's a progressive disease and causing significant morbidity after 65 years of age. Acute infective exacerbations, hospitalizations, and ICU admissions are more in the elderly individuals. Similar to this, idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis is another disease of the elderly individuals. Lung cancer is also frequently manifested in the elderly individuals. What are the interventions to reduce respiratory morbidity in the elderly individuals? First and foremost is to understand the physiological changes that is taking place as the age advances. Because an elderly individual cannot function as a person who is less aged than him, because all the organs work at a lesser potential in that age group. So it is important that our activity should be reduced according to our age. Second important one is avoid smoking. Cigarette smoking is found to be the most important risk factor for COPD, idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, and lung cancer. Smoking also increases the chance of development of respiratory infections such as pneumonia and tuberculosis. Avoid air pollution. Indoor and outdoor air pollutants can damage the lungs. Secondhand smoke, outdoor air pollution, chemicals in the home and workplace can cause or worsen lung disease such as asthma and COPD. Third one is exercise. Regular exercise can improve the exercise tolerance and patients feel better and comfortable at that functional level. Next is rehabilitation, especially vocational rehabilitation is essential as the age advances. Because the work done at the age of 35 cannot be done by the same person at the age of 70 or 75. So he has to find out a job which is suitable for his age. Weight reduction is also an important modality which will reduce the abdominal fat. If abdominal fat is more, it can impede the diaphragm's ability to fully expand the lungs. A combination of both healthy eating and exercise will help in maintaining the optimal weight. Immunization also is important, especially elderly individuals who have some underlying lung disease should undergo periodic influenza vaccination and pneumococcal vaccination to prevent secondary infections. This is important for people who are aged more than 65 years. To conclude, lung health is intimately associated with good health in older adults. There are many age-associated changes in the respiratory system. It is pertinent to know the changes associated with age in order to make a proper clinical diagnosis and offer treatment. Unnecessary investigation and medication may further worsen the respiratory function. Proper counseling and precautionary measures may help the patient to lead a comfortable life with an aged lung. If you find this video useful, please subscribe. Thank you.